Hello, crafty friends. This is the Papered Chef here. I'm coming to you live from Maui, where I am desperately trying to finish my swap cards and 3D projects before my incentive trip officially starts tomorrow. And although my friend who I'm meeting there has offered to help me, I said I need to get these off my plate because then I can totally relax. I've already been enjoying my trip. I've been here a couple days. Came a few days early, and my on Tuesday in Maui. So I'm excited that I earned this incentive trip. So before I show you my projects, and the camera's shaky because I had to bring my tripod and my luggage. Hi, Melody. I want to show you just some things that Stampin' Up sent me in a package, some Happy Mail. Okay, just some fun stuff they sent me to congratulate me and to give my guest and I a pass. And then I added some bling to my name tag here. I'm going to show you my name tag, my luggage tag, the little itinerary paper, my pin, stuff like that. All right, so in a package from Stampin' Up about a week before I left, they sent my guest and I this name tag. Hi, Yvonne. So this is cool. So the guest have, or the incentive trip achiever gets the coral color one. Hi, Pamela. Yes, I'm in Hawaii now. I'm in Maui. And then the guest gets a green one, like this color of green. I guess it's like mint macrame. Now I blinged mine out because, hey, when else do I get to see people, right? So I put some bling on mine from some pins I had from different achievements I had, and I'm going to add this Maui pin to it. So I blinged out mine. You know, why not, right? I don't see any people ever. So it's just going to be fun. Normally I'd put those on a hat or something. Now here is the luggage. Oh, my camera's drooping. Here we go with the droopy camera. I'll try that again. I literally I'm in a hotel room, like putting this on boxes. Like my camera's up on boxes. I actually travel with boxes. Okay, so they gave me the pineapple mask for my guest and I, and it's kind of cool because it has the wire thing for your nose, right? So it's easy to breathe. And then 4 luggage tags, and I've used mine with the Sharpie marker. I put my name. You could probably use a dry erase marker, but I used a Sharpie and put my name on that. And then they gave us this. So this is pretty amazing. This is the resort. So the incentive trip is at the Grand Wailea Resort in Maui. So I'm not there yet. But look at this map. Hello, swanky hotel. Oh my goodness, it has a lazy river. I cannot wait to get there. Now I'm staying. I used my PayPal, and I got us a room in Lahaina. So I'm not staying here yet. I'm staying in a town that I'm familiar with from prior trips to Maui, and for a few days. And then I'm also not only are there a lot of restaurants around here, and it's convenient, but I also wanted to finish my projects and things. And if I was at this resort, I couldn't get anything accomplished. So this is a nice little pouch that they sent us. It's like a cork material. And my husband couldn't go on the trip with me because of work. So my brother is here, and here's the pin. My brother is here accompanying me as my guest. And that's my Maui pin. I'm going to put that bling on my thing. So now I'm going to show you my swaps. This is what I'm trying to finish. Now, this was not due to lack of preparation and lack of planning. When you see how much work I put into these, you're going to say, well, yes, you're a procrastinator, but you can see why, because there's so many steps in the projects I'm about to show you. And really took a ton of preparation. And in retrospect, I probably would have just done fine making diaper fold treat pouches instead of these 3D projects that I went all out for. But it took a lot of planning. I had to order stuff. I'm just trying to adjust my tripod again. Sorry for making anyone dizzy. And yeah, so let's just say hi to whoever. I'm just going to start back the beginning and say hi to everybody. Hi, Melody, Diane, Yvonne, Pamela, Darlene, Julie. Yet Diane again, and Honeybee Stamping Hive. All right, so what I did for my projects, the first set of projects I'm going to show you. So we were allowed to do 26 swaps with 3D. Hi, Darcy. We were allowed to do 26 swaps with cards. Now, the more swaps you do, of course, if you do both sets of swaps, then the more swaps you're going to get back. And the whole idea is the economy of scale, right? So one person makes the same project 26 times, and then we're going to put the one project on a swap board. So that's how we share this project. And then the other 25, we're going to get 25 projects back. So then I don't have all these stamp sets in these different catalogs, right? So other people do. So I can make the same project over and over, and then they make different projects, and then I get to share with you all kinds of different projects. And with my customers at workshops, I can bring all kinds of projects with me that I wasn't able to make myself, not only due to my crafting style, but due to not having all those different types of products. So I use the Flower and Cactus product medley for mine. Okay, so I'm going to show you in stages what I had to do to get this project ready. Now, if you took my scan and cut courses on Udemy, the last course I made, you know I've been working on this for months, because in that course I explained how I create all the pieces using the scan and cut. So I cut out all these pieces for these mini boxes precisely. So I was working on that. These are 6-inch by 6-inch pieces. You get 48 sheets in a pack, and you can buy the refills for the Flower and Cactus product medley as well. And I cut every piece out precisely. So I had loads and loads of pieces made ahead of time, and I decorated the inside of the boxes too. Now I was doing this, but then I ran out of paper. I was trying to do the inside of these, so I'm just going to show you these real quick. These are the ones that are not done yet that I have to finish. Again, I'm making 26 because, see, this is what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to achieve, is having paper in the inside as well. But I didn't get that far with all this because I ran out of the paper. I have other kinds of paper I'm using. So that is what I did for stage 1. Now stage 2, or this is actually stage 3. Stage 2 is my box of crafty goodness, and it involved my box of crafty goodness, die cutting. Now one of the papers in the Flower and Cactus product medley has little cactus already on it, so I did not have to stamp these. They're gorgeous, you know what I mean? It's actually designer series paper. You can see my painter's tape is on there. I use painter's tape a lot to hold the papers in place when I'm die cutting, to hold because you can actually die cut a few sheets of these at once. Here's one that I stamped just to give you an idea. Now this one I did stamp, so I did some stamping, but I realized, look, I could stamp all these and cut them out with the die cuts, right? But I mean, what's nicer? The ones from the designer series paper are actually nicer than the ones I stamped in Para Pizzazz. You got all the shading built in. So this is designer series paper. Okay, then I used the die cut, the metal die, to cut this. This is a metal die to cut all my pieces. And then again, this is designer series paper. These cactus here. There is a stamp that looks like this in the stamp set, but I used the designer series paper to make these. So every box has all these elements. It has one of these heart-shaped cactus. It has one of these prickly cactus made of metal dies. It has one of these beautiful pieces of designer series paper. I call it the Mickey Mouse cactus, right? Because it looks like little Mickey ears. And then I have one of these flower elements. So after I used the scan and cut to cut these pieces out, I used the metal dies to cut 3 pieces of designer series paper at once. As long as you tape the pieces of paper together, you can cut out 3 pieces at once. Then I stamped these in Old Olive, only because my Mossy Meadow is giving me a hard time. So I stamped these in Old Olive. And because my Old Olive was just very juicy and working. And then I used what's called the Treasured Tag punch. So I did use some things from the annual catalog. So so I've shown you this catalog. This is the holiday catalog, not holiday, I'm sorry. This is the mini catalog. So I used life can get kind of prickly because I put some fun stuff in there, cactus related, right? So that's why I put that. I love that sentiment, by the way, cactus related sentiments. And I used the metal dies, like I said. I'm just going to keep adjusting my camera because it keeps drooping. And let me say hi to who else came in. I know that's poor grammar. Let me say hi to who else came in. But you know what I'm trying to say. Darcy, Paula, Sheila, Diana, keep saying hi. We love that, okay? And B. Pre, oh, that's a neat name. Misuku. All right, so what else comes in the medley? Okay, are these really cool things came in the medley? A bunch of felt. I brought them all with me. I totally didn't need to bring them all with me. I've got so many of the refills, but I didn't want to run out of the felt elements. And these packs of twine came with me. And so my brother is he is very precise. So he's going to help me fold all these boxes. He's actually down at the pool, which I should be doing. I'm about to go have a drink right after this. All right, so Where was I? Okay, next stage was, I'm just trying to explain how to accomplish such a big project. You have to plan it way in advance, cut all the pieces out. So it's not like it may seem like I'm totally procrastinating, but I did want to travel with these flat. So I traveled with a bunch of flat pizza boxes, and I added all these elements when I got here, and even some of the paper. So here's how I'm decorating them. And I wanted a Mickey Mouse cactus on the front, or a heart cactus on the front. See, like this. And then sometimes, let me just get out my glue here. Sometimes I did a flowering cactus. Sometimes I made the cactus flower. I'm using tacky glue because it travels well, and it doesn't, I can roll it off my fingers easier than the kind of all-purpose glue. Okay, I did add some little, you have to hold that there because the felt pops up. See, it does pop up. You have to put a big blob of glue and hold it there. But it's tacky and it dries quick. But you got to put a lot of glue on this felt because it absorbs some of the glue. And you have to hold seconds or it pops right off and falls right off. I'm just kind of showing you what I've gone through to get to this point. Okay, and I also have some other projects to show you. After I show you what's in these and how I finished these, I have some other projects I made while I'm doing all this, I had a lot of scraps. Even though I didn't have a lot of big pieces for the inside, I had a lot of scraps. Okay, see how I held it there and now look. It doesn't slip. Isn't that cool? So then I added flowers around. All right, so that brings me to when you start running out of paper, you have to get creative. After buying like 10 of these refills, I don't know, I guess I must have been giving some of this paper out or something. I said, how did I ever run out of paper? Either that or I lost the paper. I don't know what happened in my paper. I somehow didn't have enough to do the project. So I had to get creative before I got on the plane, and I went back here and thought, okay, we have designer series paper with the color families. And that's right back here somewhere. It's like in the regular. So I just started saying, well, what colors are in the Flowering Cactus product medley? The colors are Mint Macron, Pear Pizzazz, Highland Heather, Coral, Calypso Coral, and Mossy Meadow. So I was able to get them out of several collections. Like here, this is the Neutrals collection has the Mossy Meadow in it. The Subtles has the Highland Heather and the Calypso Coral. And the Mint Macron, and then the Pear Pizzazz, the Calypso Coral, I think, came out of the Brights collection. Anyway, point is, there's different collections. I can't remember which colors. I had to go through all my papers and try to find extra papers like this that I could use to complement this project. Okay, so that's what they look like. And then if I put the heart cactus on the outside, if I put this cactus on the outside, then I put this type of cactus on the inside. And the thing I really had to remember while assembling these is that I'm going to be folding and it's going to be upside down. So I had to keep thinking of this constantly. Like when I fold this box, this is going to be, right? That's going to be facing up. So you want to make sure the pattern goes the right way, that it's going to be facing up. And so I had to kind of think of all that and the sides of the box and which way these are going to go as I'm doing this project. So the next stage was decorating all these boxes, and they're each a little different, so I'll just flip through them quickly to show you. Sorry for the shaky camera. And you can see sometimes I used the felt pieces in different ways. So every single one of these is going to be different. And I'm going to, like I said, my brother's going to help me fold them. I'm going to be doing some flowers down by the pool, and I'm not going to bring these to the pool to get folded because I don't want to get them wet, but later we have to put them in little bags, and I have to label like my demonstrator ID on each one, which I didn't know about, or I would have printed that out. I just kind of read that later that they want our names and stuff on it. So like, oh no, I forgot to do that for these. But now I'm going to have to write that on a sticky note 50 times. But anyway, this is going to be done today, and then I can totally relax. I won't have any other projects, and I check into that other hotel tomorrow. See, here's what I did with the extra little scraps of paper. So I'm at the point where I got my 26 done, and I just had a few little, like there was 2 or 3 boxes that are all covered. They just need these little pieces on them that I have inside my box of crafty goodness that will work. So as I was doing this, I said, oh, I have a couple, this is before I had already folded a couple of the pieces into diaper folds before I even got on the plane. And so I'm going to show you now a couple of diaper fold treat pouches before I show you what's in these. Because I want to show you how one of these gets folded. A pizza box. Okay? And then I'll show you something else. So I'll show you how one gets folded. I'm just going to get a blank pizza box. These are called the mini. I'm sorry I keep calling them pizza boxes. And I'm surprised that you guys corrected me. Maybe you did when I wasn't reading the comments. But these are actually called not mini pizza boxes. They're actually called mini paper pumpkin boxes. So sorry for. So I will show you how I fold that. But let me show you now what they look like as a diaper fold. And I'm going to show you my card. So here's something else I made with it. With that same decorations I had. And this one I punched out ahead of time before I left. So and these are extra pieces of designer series paper with folded into the diaper fold. 6x6 make perfect diaper folds. So that's what you can do with them. You put a tea bag or a Ghirardelli chocolate in them. And here is a card I made. So I'm going to let you look at these while I'm folding the mini paper pumpkin boxes. Okay? So these are from the annual catalog. They're just a staple item. So what you do is you just sort of fold it. You see how I'm doing it carefully? Because if I fold it all the way over, what's going to happen is if I fold this all the way to the other side, which I will in a kind of gradually, see? It's just, these are easier to fold without the decorations all on them. If I were to fold this all the way over right away, I could crack these seams and then the white parts start sticking out. These are food safe boxes, but I'm kind of training, I'm sort of doing this to sort of train the box so it doesn't now, this white part's not going to crack. Hi Mary Fudge, I love your name and I want to go eat fudge now. There's all these fudge shops around. There's all these like ice cream shops, fudge shops, coffee shops. The smell is like, oh, I want it all. Yeah, I had to pay, no, I did have to bring, there's only one luggage. So I did have to get the other luggage. I mean, you can only travel with one luggage is what you're asking. You're like, how'd you get all this stuff? My crafts took up one whole luggage. See what I did? Do you see how I got it all trained? And I didn't fold it all the way over. Because if I did, I can crack those white seams. If I fold it like all the way flat. So instead, I'm just sort of doing that. Only because I've cracked it a few times. It doesn't really matter. Because it's like white in the inside. So no, you're limited to one. But you know what I did is I put in the luggage flat rate boxes. And see, these are the actual pieces you got to take out of this part. In the luggage, I put my flat rate boxes. So I'm actually going to mail. If I get a lot of swaps that are big. I don't know how many 3D swaps are going to be this big. I'm thinking the 3D swaps, I probably could have got away with this as a 3D swap. Honestly, this is a 3D swap. In retrospect, right? I'm kidding. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I went all out. But that's how you fold the mini paper pumpkin box. Okay, so that's why, now you can see why I had to constantly go, oh, is that part going to be upside down or right side up? And that's why you can see that's how it's folded. And now you can see why I did this. See, look, why I did that. I wanted the front flap to be decorated. That's this flap here. And I wanted this flap to be decorated. That flap here, see how there's extra flap? I wanted it so that when you open this up, this flap is decorated. See? So I was trying, and I even tried to decorate the inside, but like I said, just sort of ran out of paper. I mean, the kind of paper that matched. So anyway, you pack flat rate boxes. I would show you, but my camera is sitting on top one of my flat rate boxes. And then you pack them, and then you just get stuff, and they're ready to go. And I brought, everything I need, so then you just put it in a box and ship it. So you pack the boxes in your luggage. You put stuff in them to protect them. Okay, so that was it for that part. Oh, no, I'm not done. I have to tell you the final stage. How did I miss the final stages? Oh, I got to show you all the stuff I plan to put inside. Okay, so here's the last two stages. So then you take this and you fill them up, and here's what's inside them, and I'm going to show you. So here's one I even put I stopped putting felt on the inside like that because I just kind of was like, no way. But I got Cactus Pens, green candies, and I was going to put these mint tea Mentos, but I didn't have enough. So we scratched the mini mint Mentos. See, that's what I was trying to do, is put the liner on the inside. So I'm going to show you my cactus pads, Cactus Pens, and my candy. And I got these at a grocery store. Okay, it's a mint crunch. So these are from a grocery store, the mint candy. These I got on Amazon. I'm going to show you these, and then I'll try to get the link later. Show you my pads. I ordered these way ahead of time, see? Now everybody can use a pad, right? pad of paper. I mean, who can't use that? Especially when you're at an event where there's professional development and focus groups and ways to take notes. See, so these go with the theme of the cactus, and all these go with the theme. And then I have the Cactus Pens. They came in a cool bag like this with all the different little colors for the flowering cactus. Yeah, thank you, thank you. I was trying to do something that matched. See, it's really cute. And they fit in the mini paper pumpkin boxes, see? They fit in there, so that's really cool. And then all this other stuff just started coming into play. Talk about serendipity. So one of them came with, I ordered them from a few stores because I didn't know how long they're going to take. And one of them came with this really cool case, which is a good gift in itself, right? With a different kind of cactus pen. So I got them from 2 different stores. That's why I said I got to find these links because I like all the different styles, all the different pens. Now, as things started happening, my brother, who came to meet me here, okay, what I didn't mention is that he stopped in Phoenix on the way to Hawaii. And look what he brings me. This is just so funny. I got to show you this. Look what he brings me from Phoenix. He's like, guess what? I went and saw the cactus, and they were flowering and in bloom, and all this stuff. Prickly pear cactus jelly. Is that cool or what? Okay, so I call this like good karma. It was a sign for me to finish my projects. And then my friend from work, she gave me this, a cactus bag. Isn't that cool? My friend Linda. So I think I'm going to put all my treats inside this cactus bag. So like I was like, oh my gosh, I got a cactus bag. It's one of those, reusable shopping bags. And then I found these really cool bags. I found these really cool bags that have cactus on them. So I can give out pens later to like waiters and waitresses and things. And I can maybe give them a little diaper full treat pouch with some candy in it and put that inside the cactus bag. And I think that's all my cactus stuff. But I was like just so excited about all this. I was like, oh my gosh, all these things started like happening with the cactus. Like everything started. So now you know when we have a theme in our catalogs, whenever you see Stampin' Up! Has a theme, you'll start looking around at stores and see that theme everywhere. All right, so next, my brother carried over a really fun card from my sister. I'm going to show you my other swaps next, which are way farther along. Farther along. My brother carried over a card from my sister. Isn't that super fun? And she's congratulating me on the incentive trip, so thank you, Cindy, for this awesome happy mail. Now, you may recall how crazy I went when I lost my spider die. Okay, first of all, look at this pin. Is this cool? It has a sea star. It's a pin. She pinned it to the card with some fabric. Now, look what she did here. I want to make sure there's not a personal note in here. I can show you the top of it. Okay, look at this. She gave me her spider die. I was so obsessed with looking. I've been looking all over for the spider die. And it's in the little treats gift boxes, whatever. And she sent me her spider die. So thank you, sis. And then she also put different stickers on it. So that's a cute card. So thank you for the awesome happy mail. That was awesome. He carried that over with him. And then here's something that I'm working on for my friend that I'm going to meet up with. She don't watch my YouTube channel, so I don't have to worry about it. She's too busy to watch my YouTube channel. She's already at the incentive trip. So she won what's called the elite trip. So I'm going to congratulate her. She actually got the elite trip, meaning she gets to go she's already there. Like, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, what would that be? Saturday, Sunday, Monday is 3 extra nights. And then they get 3 extra nights at that hotel that I told you about. And then we get 5 nights. So they get 8 nights, and they've already had reception. So I made this little Hawaii gift for her with the little hula skirt, the little coconut bra. I just found, these are just stickers from a craft store. Little Hawaiian stickers. And I put a little a pineapple thingy in it. Pineapple thing. And I'm going to look for a pineapple pen. I'm going to look for some, Hawaiian stuff to put in there. All right, so some other things to go with the theme. All right, so now next I'm going to show you my swaps. These are my swaps that I made for the cards. And these are much more organized and much more further along. And all I have to do for these is put the flowers on them. So I needed 26 of these. I made some extra in case I need to send thank you cards while I'm here. And then for these, I just wanted to show you what I used. Now I'm using the annual catalog. See, these I have to work on. I know I had the page marked off. So this is featuring, these swap cards are featuring, all right, the Flower and Cactus product medley was part of this mini catalog. This other medley, or this project here, is from the annual catalog that just came out. Okay? And I have it marked off. It's this one with the sticky note in it. Here we go. It's called the Flowers Friend. Here it is. So what I did for this project is I used Flowers of Friendship bundle. That's where I got the stamp. Got this punch. This is the punch. See, there's a punch and a stamp set bundle. So I used this stamp sentiment called "Thank you, thanks for everything," because every demonstrator can use a thank you card. Okay, and so I used. This is Flirty Flamingo, the color, and this is Memento Black. This is Petal Pink cardstock. So I used Flirty Flamingo ink on Petal Pink cardstock with a Petal Pink card base. And then on the inside, I stamped every one of those with a Flirty Flamingo on the inside. And I'm going to show you the paper now and how to get the paper. So that's Flirty Flamingo on the inside of every card. I usually don't even decorate the inside of cards, but I was, stepping up my game. Now this one, there's this paper that you can only get as a host meaning if you have a workshop order. A workshop order is any order for $150 or more. That's a workshop order. This month we have special perks for extra perks. If you have a $250 workshop, you actually get an extra $25 in rewards. If you had a $150 workshop, you would only get $15 in rewards. If you had a $250 workshop, you'd normally get $25 in rewards. However, this month, I think it actually goes on to a little bit into next month, but my brain is fried. Anyway, this month we have a special where you get extra rewards. When you spend $25 or $250, you get $50 in rewards. And you can use those rewards to buy this really cool stuff, like this paper here. This paper is only available to hostesses or hosts. And it's $18 and it has 48 sheets of double-sided paper. So that's what I use to make these cards. This is the Basic Borders dies. I used the little stitch die. I don't have them with me. I did it all ahead of time. In fact, I've already mounted everything ahead of time. So what I did is now here's my cards, and I'm kind of wrapping things up here. So these are done. About 12 of them are completely done. Okay. Now the others, all I have to do for these, and I'm so proud of myself. This is the most organized I am. Is all I need to do for these is the flowers and the opal rounds. And I was going to do it on the plane, but you know what I said to myself? If I start taking out Wink Estella on the plane, what if a customer says, "That smells," or whatever? I don't know. It doesn't even have a smell on it. But I brought 3 Wink Estellas just so I wouldn't run out. That's the glitter pen, because these have Wink Estella on them. As you can, I don't know if you can see, that there's glittery. So I have to layer the flowers. You have to layer them, put them up, put a dimensional on them, and then add the opal rounds. So this is my preparation for this project, was to bring extra opal rounds, lots of extra opal rounds, to make lots of extra flowers. And I was like, for each 5, I was like cutting out each 5 sets. I was putting a little tick mark to make sure I had enough of these little flowers. So I just got to layer them up with the dimensional between them, put the Wink Estella on them, and I can actually go down and do that. I can actually do that activity by the pool or in a park. There's a park around here too. So that's what I can do to get this part done. Then I just got to stick them on there with some glue, because you don't want to use a dimensional here, right? And a dimensional. Let me just show you what that looks like. Because you don't want to use another dimensional on the card, because if you do, then it'd be two dimensionals high, and you only want things to be 1 dimensional high. So I stamped these and I punched them out. Okay, so now you're going to take, and I brought, so again, I had to think of all this stuff. I had to make sure I brought enough dimensionals. I'm not sure if I used the mini dimensionals. We're gonna see right now. Nope, I used the regular dimensionals. Now I do this first so I don't have to use as much Wink Estella. Where'd my other flower go? Here you go. So I go like this, right? And I layer up the flowers that I've stamped and punched out. Now I use the Wink Estella because I don't have to use as much, because I don't have to use it on the part behind the glitter pen. And it doesn't really run, but if it runs a little bit, it's okay, because adds extra glitter. Now this one's almost empty, so that was I brought some that are much fuller. One, and then a couple of my older ones, and I was like, if I do this on the plane, and now Wink Estella does not smell, but if somebody thinks I'm painting or some customer gets mad, and then the next thing you know, there's an incident, international incident. No, I'm just kidding. And so I was like, I better not do this on the plane. So I packed it all in my luggage. I said, I'm doing it later. And I just got to be where I was running late, had to pack. All right, so that's what you do with the Wink of Stella. And then when it dries, it looks really cool like this. You know, with the glittery, I hope you can see that. I'm kind of in the window with the sunlight. And then you put these little opal rounds on it. I did a big opal round on that flower. And I should have brought tweezers, but I didn't. Put a big opal round there, and I put 2 small opal rounds on the other sides. And that's all I got to do to finish those cards. Now, this is my last bit of organization, which I'm proud of myself for. Now, I have a couple team members who did this in the swaps. It was Nola and Donita. During our team swap, we trade cards as demonstrators. They wrote down all the products they used, and I said, oh, I'm going to do that too. So here's what I did. I wrote down all the products I used, and I cut these out. But then my printer canked out. I couldn't get to do this for the Cactus project because my printer, it ran out of ink and started printing pink things the day I was like, as I was trying to pack, it started printing out pink logos. And here's what my printer did. Look at this. That's what my printer did. I was like, oh no, I'm not printing it like that. That's not my logo. And I didn't want to like mess with that. Anyway, the black was still working, but I was just not going to risk it. So here's the products I used. Flowers of Friendship Bundle, Pattern Party Designer Series Paper, Basic Borders Dies, Petal Pink Cardstock, Basic White, Memento Black, Flirty Flamingo, and Opal Rounds. And now they told us something like we had to put our demonstrator ID on all these projects, so I'm going to go down and sit there and write it on the back of all these. I don't know why they need that, but maybe it's to keep track of who's done what and who cards and everything else. There's probably a system because there's a lot more than 25 people going on the trip, but 25 people, you're giving 25 cards and you're getting 25 random cards back. I don't know how they figure it out. I don't know how they trade them. They do it for us and they just give us back the cards. We don't trade them with each other in person like we used to. We're just turning them in. They're going to give us back a bag of cards. Now I'm going to trade with other people. Of course, I brought 10 extra. Some people didn't make it to the swap. They didn't sign up for the swap, or they just bring a few cards to trade. And I will go up to people and trade in person. Okay, so I will do that in person when I get there because I like trading in person. It's kind of like, hey, here's my business card. But you're giving people a card and they give you one back. I can't wait to show you next what the incentive trip looks like for us. I'm going to probably take some video clips of that, do some editing for you. And I can't wait to show you the swaps I get back and all the creativity. And these are going to be from demonstrators who earned an incentive trip. So you know they're going to be top-notch crafters, right? So I can't wait to see what they make and what kind of things I can show you, that I get to trade with. So I'm just so excited about swapping. And I'm excited that I get to share this with you. So hello, Mary, Teresa, B-Pre, and let's see, B-Pre, Candy, Pamela, Laura. It says message retracted. I hope I said hi to you. All right, Dardine, I already said hi to you. What are you going to put in the boxes? Oh, you missed it? You didn't get to see what I put in the boxes? This was the final touch too. That's what I'm doing to the boxes when I'm all done is I'm taking the twine and I'm putting the twine on like that. Okay, I'm going to find the one that I had the stuff in it. Hee. I'm cracking up because I just got done showing all these and now I can't find the box with the stuff. Here's what I'm putting in the boxes. All right, so you missed what I was putting in the cactus boxes is I'm putting a cactus pen, a cactus pad of paper. So we got cactus pads of paper, cactus pen, flowering cactus pen, not just any pen. This is Diaper Folds Extra. I'm not doing the mints. I'm not doing these kind of mints. I'm instead doing the green mints. I'm probably gonna do 3 or 4 of each depending on how many came in those bags. So little green mints, because they wouldn't melt, because I'm in Hawaii, right? They wouldn't melt. I'm not putting this many pens in the box. I was just trying to show you the different types of pens, like the different toppers. And so everybody's getting a pad of paper. Everyone's getting a pen. And like I said, my brother's going to help me seal all these up and put them in bags. That's it. Well, that's all now. That's my projects. I'm glad I got to share them with you before I pack them all up and give them away tomorrow. Actually, I turn these all in tomorrow. Then they are off my plate. In fact, hopefully they're off my plate in a couple hours, really, to tell you the truth, because I want these off my plate. I want to enjoy another platter of mahi-mahi. which is all I've been eating. That's what I'm eating for every meal. I mean, every dinner. I'm just eating the same kind of fish over and over, cooked different ways because I love it so much. Hello, Miniac. And I'm glad you like these, Sheila. And thank you all for stopping on. And I just wanted to touch base because I haven't been on YouTube in a while, but that's because I was getting ready for this trip. And I can't wait to see what the resort is like that I'll be going to. I can't wait to see. It's not a place I would have ever stayed on my own. I'm more of a Best Western kind of girl, so I'm like excited to get to go to that resort and to get to meet other demonstrators because I only know my upline. My upline earned the trip. Now she earned the elite trip, so that means she earned the trip 2 years in a row. This is my very, very first trip, which that means I get to go from Tuesday to Saturday. Now the reason they're doing 2 trips in one is because last year the trip got canceled, right? So the trip got canceled, so they didn't get to go, and that's why they're doing a special trip for them. They get an elite trip. They get those extra this last year's trip. Now that's the demonstrators. Unfortunately, I don't think many demonstrators from around the world were able to make it on this trip. Maybe Canada, I'm not sure, but I know just definitely the U.S. because the ones from Europe, and a lot of them had too many quarantine restrictions, and they weren't able to go and come back. Anyway, so it's sad, but I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm getting to go, and I'm representing everyone that can't go. I'm going to get to hopefully show you guys, what kind of swaps and what kind of things that we'll share, and what kind of creativity and focus groups. I'll share everything that I learned, that I'm allowed to share. Anything I'm allowed to share, I'll share with you. So thank you all for watching. This is the Paper Chef, and we will check back in with you soon. Bye.